Now at 8:30 on WKYT this morning, a mother and daughter remain hospitalized after a deadly fire in Frankfort. This comes as firefighters continue to determine what sparked it. The latest in a live report.
And we'll hear from the family of a murder suspect who's accused of killing a 7-year-old.
And a Tennessee teen is making some big friends with a few bow ties.
This is WKYT This Morning.
And that story you just saw, a teenager got to dress some UK players for the NBA draft. It's pretty cool.
Pretty amazing. Good looking bow ties, too. Not
I
exactly bow tie weather. I know, I could wear it today, but yeah, it's not bow tie weather today.
Well, yeah, I guess
You can get it over your coat, maybe.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's cold, and we saw some flurries last night at the UK football game. Mike, are we going to see more flurries today?
Michelle, there's still some flurries hanging around even into these early morning hours. It's certainly cold enough for it. Right now in Lexington, not seeing any flurries, seeing a lot of cloud cover. But if we take a look across Kentucky, we can see just to the east of Lexington, right along 64 and along the Mountain Parkway, some of those flurries. Let's take a deeper look at what's going on right now, moving into the Campton area, pushing eastward toward Morgan, Wolfe counties. And if we look still westward, you can see near Estill County, those light flurries hanging around this morning. And if we look closer to Lexington, close to the Mount Sterling, Montgomery County, Bourbon County, and Clark County areas, still some light flurries pushing eastward there as well. Now, this is nothing that should accumulate this morning. You could be waking up to a very picturesque scene on top of the car or maybe even on top of your roof. Nothing major. Things will get better, though, here in the coming days as temperatures slowly warm up. Quite an odd swing. I'll share it with you coming up in about 10 minutes from now.
Thanks so much, Mike. A Frankfort woman and her month-old daughter are still in the hospital this morning, 2 days after being badly burned in a fire that killed a 2-year-old.
And that fire tore through the Country Hills apartment complex early Friday morning. Now the family of those victims are talking to us about how they're handling the loss. WKYT's Mike Byer is at the live desk this morning with more. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning, Sean. As the mom, Whitney Johnson, and her month-old daughter, Nyla, seem to be on the road to recovery, the family is dealing with the death of their loved one, 2-year-old Demetrius Johnson Jr., also known as DJ. This after a fire ripped through Country Hills apartment complex in Frankfort early Friday morning. The little boy was killed in the fire. The Franklin County coroner says the toddler died from smoke inhalation. The mother and sister are at Shriners Hospital in Cincinnati, both burned from the chest up. The father, Demetrius Johnson Sr., was at work when the fire broke out. Family says while Whitney and Nyla are showing signs of improvement, dealing with the loss of DJ, a little guy many remember for his personality, is the toughest thing they have ever faced.
He was fun. I'm going to remember his smile. It just lit up the world. I pray for him and his family, and I love him. And I'm going to miss my nephew.
It's tough to hear that from his family. Johnson said doctors told him that his daughter Nyla could recover in about a month, but that it will likely take his wife Whitney a couple of months to recover. At the live desk, Mike Byer, WKYT.
Tough story. Best wishes to that family, of course. Thanks, Mike. Tomorrow, the man accused of murdering a 7-year-old girl in western Kentucky last weekend is set to face a judge. On Friday, Kentucky State Police arrested 38-year-old Timothy Madden for the murder of Gabby Doolin. Doolin was found dead Friday night last weekend in a creek near Scottsville High School. Troopers said they found Madden's DNA on Doolin's body. While many in the community say they're glad State Police made an arrest, Madden and his family say he's innocent. When he was arrested, Madden's father-in-law says he cooperated with State Police.
He gave up. He was at my house. I live right on top of the hill. And I went up through there, and he just said, I told him, I said, well, Timmy, they out here to arrest you. And he said, well, I said, if they're going to arrest me, said, I wish they'd go ahead and arrest me. Said, we can get through with this and get it over with and get it behind us.
Madden is in the Barron County Detention Center.
State police hope to learn more details today after 2 brothers were found dead in the home. Troopers say they found 61-year-old Richard and 69-year-old Oscar Parrish unresponsive at their Henry County home on Friday. They've scheduled an autopsy for today. Troopers say the initial investigation shows no signs of foul play.
Meanwhile, police are trying to figure out how a man died after a crash here in Lexington. This crash happened around 7 o'clock yesterday morning on Nicholasville Road near Burt Road. Emergency crews took that man to UK Hospital where he died. He hasn't been identified, and the coroner's office hasn't released a cause of death. Police are looking into whether or not a medical condition may have led to that wreck.
And with Thanksgiving travel picking up this weekend, we're going to be seeing more police on the roads. Kentucky State Police are stepping up their traffic patrols as part of a new program to help eliminate car wrecks. Operation Raid, as they call it, is aimed at catching aggressive, impaired, and distracted drivers during the Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays. Police say more than 650 people have died on Kentucky roads this year.
To a lot of people, this might look like a car sliding out of control, but to others, this is just a way of driving. This is one place state police won't be cracking down on drivers. Lexington hosted its first ever official drifting competition yesterday. Organizers say that drifting is not like any other type of racing, and while they're only going about 45 miles an hour, those rear tires that you see making all that smoke, they're spinning at about 85 miles an hour. They say they have a lot of specialty equipment to pull off those kinds of turns.
We have the hydraulic handbrake right here, and this is what you can use to initiate the drift with. We have a drift style steering wheel, carbon fiber dash, carbon fiber door panels, full roll cage for safety, safety seats, harnesses. There's a lot of requirements that are needed for drifting to be safe.
I think we'll get a WKYT team together next time they're in town.
I would not do that.
The events like yesterday allowed lovers of that sport to practice without breaking any traffic laws. They plan to return to Lexington next year.
Yeah, our next story is about one cool kid. A Tennessee teenager was in the Bluegrass State selling some pretty iconic fashion accessories. That's right. Mo Bridges is the 14-year-old. 14 years old. He's the founder of a bow tie company, Mo's Bows. His business has generated over $300,000. He was even on Shark Tank, got to meet President Obama, and is recognized as one of Time Magazine's young influencers. You may even recognize Mo's from last year's NBA draft.
And he's our fashion guru from tonight. Who stood out to you?
Of course, Trill. That was the perfect bow tie that I gave to him. And I was just so proud to see that he achieved his dream.
His dream and wearing your bow tie.
Definitely a dream coming true for Mo. Willie Cauley-Stein and several other UK players wore one of his bow ties in the NBA draft, and Mo says the day after he sold more than 30 of the style that Willie was wearing. Mo was in town for a trunk show at Mulberry and Lime in Lexington, and you can buy his bow ties there all year long. And Sean, you know what I forgot to do?
Where's my bow tie?
No, I forgot. I'm so sorry.
We'll go back next week. I'll be all Mo bow tied up.
Yes, and you better wear it on the show next weekend.
All right, we'll work on that. It's 8:38 on your Sunday morning, and still coming up.
Yep, a gifted puppy, a bored panda, and why a Wisconsin polar bear is so happy. We'll have those stories after the break.
Some flurries still sticking around here into Sunday morning, putting some folks in that winter state of mind. But will the flurries stick around into the afternoon? I'll show you coming up.